What's up, all me Vegetables, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I'm going to talk about this news that dropped. So, you know how usually the mainstream media and the access media, they like to just go and say, F you Star Wars fans, you guys are the worst, you're toxic man babies, this article was brought to my attention. I woke up with like a million messages saying, Anna, have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I was like, nah, I'm just waking up. What the hell is it? And so let me read you the title of this article. It says, Disney's firing of Gina Carano is confusing and hypocritical, lacking sound management. And I swear, guys, I spit out my freaking meal. I was like, what? Holy shit. They actually wrote something decent. Like, usually something like this, a title like this would be a title of like a Fandom Menace video, because guess what? This is exactly what we've been saying for years, but then creeps like this dude going like, how toxic Star Wars fans are hurting Star Wars, and they have been doing it for over like years now. So I thought it was really, you know, like I said in my tweet, because I screenshotted this, I'm like, it's refreshing to see, wow, common fucking sense in a Forbes article. And then I took a look at the author. So this is Gene. I have no idea how to say his last name, so I'm just going to call him Gene. It says, I am a writer about, I write about entertainment based on my 35 years in the industry. I was like, wow, so somebody from experience and not just some creepy dude that says I cover film industry. It's like not some fucking weirdo that is just a Disney shill and grifter. It's like, wow, somebody with experience and common sense. How refreshing. So let's check out this article. So it's over on Forbes. If you guys want to read it along, the link is in the description of this video. But let's get right into it. And also, everyone, please remember, I have severe dyslexia, so that's usually why I don't read articles on air, but we're going to go for it. But just keep in mind, if I butcher anything, I apologize. So let's get started. I've been sitting on this article for a while, allowing my opinion to form. Okay, so right off the bat, this just to me says, oh, I was sitting back and watching all of this happen, and because normies aren't letting this go. I mean, you go over to the official Star Wars YouTube channel. Now, I have my Social Blade on. That's why you can see these little numbers. And it says, like, this shows the like to dislike ratio. So it's all red. You know, the only time it's green is you got to scroll 2 months back before this happened. And I mean, this is because they got Gus from freaking Breaking Bad that was in Mando talking. And then you got, you know, this one. But so everything since then has been ratioed to high heavens. Look, a 7% approval. So, and if you go and you click on one of these, like for example, I'm just going to click on this and we're going to go look. I guarantee you it's going to be stuff about Gina. Oh, look. All of the comments are about firing Gina Carano, or I'm not the only one that's ever been bullied by this company. It's all stuff about Gina. So nobody is letting this go. So this just tells me, you know, he was sitting and waiting to see the way that the tides turned, and because it's, you know, people aren't okay with this, people aren't letting this go, it's like, all right, let's pick the winning side here. So let's continue. That's something that many companies don't do enough of these days. Instead, they often rush to conclusion too fast, yielding to the views of the few vocal members of the community rather than allowing time and consideration to inform decisions. This guy is extremely smart, because everything that I just said, he even further justified why he waited, which, I mean, to me, it's like, honestly, when you deal with certain people, when they have, honestly, to quote Star Trek DS9, it's like, you know when Garrick is telling the truth and when Garrick's lying, because if Garrick is speechless, then, you know, it's his honest reaction. But if Garrick has a million excuses for something, it's because he's lying. I think that speaks for itself as for that goes. So let's continue. The latest example is Disney's DS plus 3% firing of Gina Carano from The Mandalorian in February. She is a conservative who is not shy about expressing her views. The latest being a comment that compared conservatives being silenced and canceled today to Jews being targeted during the Holocaust. And exaggerated comparison, yes, but enough to fire her? Doubtful. She's more guilty of a bad comparison. Gina should have linked today's conservative cancel culture to the 1950s congressional hearings held to expose entertainment people who were members or sympathizers of the Communist Party. Now, honestly, with this, I don't think people really understand. She just shared a thing. She just shared a post. She didn't write this post. She didn't put the images in the post. She saw, and we do this all the time, especially if you're on Instagram. You see something you like, you share it. You know, you just click this little share button. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. You see something. You don't really think about it too much. You're like, oh yeah, I like this. Share. That's what she did. And then, you know, everyone lost their minds and she got fired over it. But so, as far as, yes, you know, Gina should think more about this. If you actually watch the interview she did over with the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro, you know, he explained some other things that she had posted and the further context behind that. And she's like, I didn't know. She's like, the quote made sense. It made a good point, so I shared it. So saying, oh, well, she should have compared X, Y, and Z. It's like, you got to remember, Gina is she's just learning about all this stuff. She's basically a normie when it comes to the political atmosphere, which a lot of us are. I am too. I'm a political normie. I couldn't even name you 5 politicians that are living today if my life depended on it, because guess what? I don't fucking care about politics. I really don't. If it's not in Star Wars, if it's not in Star Trek or Lord of the Rings or Stargate, I don't fucking care. Keep it away from me. I have no fucking interest in it. So saying, oh, well, she should have done this, this, and this, it just further makes this person's point, but it doesn't really have anything to do with what Gina actually did. 10 influential actors and screenwriters were eventually jailed and blacklisted by the major movie studios for denouncing the hearings and refusing to name those who had expressed communist sympathies. That's a better comparative. Ironically, when Disney fired Gina for her opinions, it inadvertently proved her point. That's true. We can disagree as to whether Disney was justified or not in firing Gina. No, they were not justified. They were 100% off the mark, and that's why you go over to their freaking YouTube channel and they are getting ratioed to high fucking heavens because what they did was not right. Let's continue. But one thing is clear, Disney's management of its social responsibility persona is woefully flawed. That's true. To begin, the company's approach is confusing. Many assert that Pedro Pascal, star of The Mandalorian, offered similar analogies that Carano did, though with a liberal bent. When he shared a now-deleted Instagram post comparing Donald Trump voters to Nazis, Pascal kept his job. Carano did not. Disney's inconsistent approach led to outsiders to suspect that Disney leans left, something that CEO Bob Chapek denied in a recent shareholder meeting. Now, I already did a video on this. I shared the audio. If you guys want to go check out those videos, they are in the description of this video. I don't really see Disney as characterizing itself as left-leaning or right-leaning, yet instead standing for values that are universal, but management cannot afford to treat employees differently for similar actions. It makes Chapek's comments appear disingenuous. Very true. The company needs a universally consistent approach for its universal values. Disney's actions also appear hypocritical. You don't fucking say. You don't say. At the same shareholders meeting, Bob Chapek went on to say that Disney believes in values of respect, values of decency, values of integrity, and values of inclusion. And we seek to have not only how we operate, but the content that we make reflective of the rich diversity of the world that we live in. And I think that's a world that we should all live in harmony and peace. That's a noble goal, well said. But while Disney shapes and declares these aspirations for U.S. consumption, it turned a blind eye to China when the company shot Mulan in the same Chinese province where the government forced millions of, I always butcher this word, I'm sorry, Uyghur Muslims, I cannot say this word, I'm sorry, into internment camps. Disney went on to thank several government bodies in the film's credits. This signals that the human rights and social responsibilities are fine as long as they do not cost Disney any money in important markets. Disney never had an accurate response. I don't even think they addressed it. Disney's approach is dangerous. Canceling people for their views is a proverbial slippery slope. The maxim, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend it to the death. Your right to say it is a losing ground. To rather frightening alternative of I disapprove of what you say and I will cancel you for it. In the past, organizations that needed to distance themselves from employees' controversial opinions would make public statements that the employees' opinions are theirs alone and do not necessarily reflect official policy or position of the company. Done. Banishment was reserved for more exogenous behaviors like debilitating drug abuse, assault, robbery, and murder. The 1950s blacklisting experience reinforced our belief that speech and political affiliation need to be protected, but we seem to have forgotten that lesson. As companies cancel people for their opinions, it feeds a dangerous cycle. The more they cancel, the more they embolden the mob to target more people and organizations. Exactly. When a child is screaming and throwing a temper tantrum on the floor, pulling their hair out, fuming, you don't give them what they want, because then they're going to learn, hey, if I throw another temper tantrum, mommy and daddy are going to give me exactly what I want. They should have never bent the knee to them in the first place. Then repeat. Disney and many other organizations are playing a very dangerous game out of fear, patronage, and or misplaced sincerity. The beast that helped them to create and indulge may eventually devour them. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now, then this paragraph is more of like an opinion on what they need to do. Now, again, if you guys want to read this full article, the link is in the description of this video. I just wanted to highlight this. Case in point, a new poll conducted by public opinion strategists found that 58% of people opposed Carano being fired, but that jumped to a whopping 72% when they saw the post that she was fired for, leaving only 28% who felt Disney was justified. Only 28% thought that it was justifiable for Gina Carano. That is why the backlash has not stopped. That's why their YouTube channel is still getting ratioed. That's why they won't even post the next video for the High Republic little animatic on their YouTube channel. They had it up on their Instagram and deleted it after 2.5 hours after receiving backlash. The rest of these animatics, I think, are only going to be posted on their actual website. They stopped posting all the animatics. They have all of them here, but they don't like the fact that they're getting ratioed, so they're hiding. They're cowards. And guess what? It's because they only have 28% of people on their side from the people that took this poll. That's crazy. But I mean, you reap what you sow at this point, I guess. But anyways, everyone, again, the link for this this article is in the description of this video. I think it's pretty refreshing to see that a mainstream news source is actually presenting facts and, is not going with the narrative that was pushed in our faces. So by this fucking weirdo's own logic, the dude that wrote this article is a toxic Star Wars fan, because guess what? This dude, Gene, is saying exactly what me and other Star Wars fans have been saying for years, but from another ridiculous writer from this website. This dude, Gene, is a toxic Star Wars fan. Isn't it ironic? I think it's especially funny that this guy is writing about this and the hypocrisy of some companies, especially with bringing in the concentration camps or the internment camps, that are in China. But then it's like, but you do realize you're writing for an extremely hypocritical website, because based on everything you just said, this dude should be held accountable as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. If you are new here, take a minute, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you know, if you didn't know already, that I have an Etsy where I sell prints of my artwork. I got horror villains, Marvel, DC, and Star Wars characters. The latest Star Wars character that I just added was the one, the only, Gina Carano as Cara Dune. Now, Gina herself even loved the painting. So if you want to go check that out, the link is in the description of this video. They are selling like crazy, and I am still only in the pre-sale, so go pick that up before they're gone. Also, if you want to see a video of me painting and explaining how to paint like this, go over and check out my art channel. The link is in the description of this video. Go over, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. That way you don't miss it when I post the video. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.